Hi guys, happy weekend reading vlog. We are doing the Read Digital catch-up weekend reading vlog as selected by you guys. It was a pretty close race between middle grade and the Read Digital catch-up, but 29% won out overall, so we're going to do this. So I've made a list of all of the books that I had on my TBR because ironically I have not started it at all this month. It's just been that kind of month. And I've put down all of the page counts to see what I can sort of get through this weekend. I am going to start with Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne, which was for the prompt to read. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember what the prompt was. Anyway, I'm going to read that one because it's coming out and I need to review it, and I have it from NetGalley, so I should get on that. So that's where I'm going to start now. I made a very good and a very poor life choice decision earlier, and that was to watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier on the day that it came out. It was a great life choice because I'm so glad to have Sam and Bucky back on screen. Very bad life choice because now I have to wait an entire week before I watch the next episode. So there may be a rewatch happening this weekend. Anyway, Second First Impressions, Sally Thorne. That's what I'm starting now. Hi friends, happy, what are we, Saturday? Oh my gosh. So I have been fairly productive today. It's just after 1 p.m, which I know is late to just continue vlogging, but I had Pilates first thing this morning, and then when I got home, I have edited and uploaded a video. I have written some book reviews. I have updated some photos and bits and pieces that I need for a long-term, year-long video that I'm doing. I've done a bit of stuff outside. I've done the laundry. It's been a busy day, but I'm going to continue and finish off Second First Impressions. I got 50% of the way through last night. I'm really enjoying it. It's not the hating game, but it's sort of this quiet, really cute story about a woman who is running a retirement village, and it's been bought out by a big corporation who are about to turn it into something else. And it's just really fun and really cute. So I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to get back to that and I'll update you when I am finished. All right, so I'm 59% of the way through the book now. It's really funny because every now and then the leading teacher of my school just calls me up randomly on the weekend to tell me about the book she's reading because she knows that I read. And we don't always read exactly the same things, but we've read a couple of things that are the same. And last year it was The Switch by Beth O'Leary, which she really liked. And I really enjoyed it too. So now she's reading The Flat Chair. So she just called me to tell me that she's really enjoying it. And she was just checking whether I'd read it or not yet. Because I said I was planning on reading it, but I haven't yet. So I may have to bump that one up on the list. To be fair, that could possibly count for a book that I've had on my TBR for a really long time. It's not the oldest book, but my rules, I can fudge it however I like. So I'll probably have to read that soon because she's reading it at the moment, and she was just talking about narrators and audiobooks and all that sort of thing, which was kind of cute. So I am going to get back to my book. It is very warm here today, and I really don't feel like doing very much other than reading. Okay, so I finished Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne, and I did really enjoy it. It's a very sweet book, and there are some steamy scenes in it, but it's not like The Hating Game, and yeah, I found it a really interesting story. I quite liked Ruthie as a main character, although I've never felt so called out in my life because basically I am Ruthie down to checking door handles and locks. So yes, I'm like, that's me, found myself on the page. And I just really like Teddy as a character. And you know, there's a lot of times when Ruthie calls him out for being quite self-centered and thinking of himself, and he is, but it's almost in that way of someone who's never had to think about somebody else, and he's not doing it deliberately. And because we don't get his perspective, which is something that occurs a lot with Sally Thorne's books, is we only get the female perspective, which is fine. It's totally fine, but it means that we have to fill in the gaps for Teddy. And I think had we had his perspective, you would see that he is thinking more long-term about Ruthie rather than what Ruthie is thinking, because she's very insecure and very unsure of her place with him. But yes, it was just so sweet, and I loved all of the side characters, and it does have a little sad ending, so just be warned that at the very end there is the death of a loved one who is a fantastic character in the series, but it's a happy celebration, not a sad thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was nice to read another Sally Thorne book, and I'm looking forward to getting a physical copy of it when it comes out. Yes, I think I'm going to pick up Fugitive Telemetry by Martha Wells, which is book 6 in the Murderbot Diary series, which is not what I was originally going to read, but I think I will. It's under 200 pages, so I think I can knock that one out today. So yeah, we'll I'll let you know what I decide to pick up next. I just realized I didn't update you guys when I finished reading Fugitive Telemetry by Martha Wells. So it is book 6 in the Murderbot Diary series. 5th book was a full-length novel, but we've gone back to novellas. So it was great. It was 175 pages, so very quick and easy read. And we were following Murderbot as it investigated the death of someone on Perseverance Station and all of the little intrigue plots that it gets involved in, including working with station security who don't trust it because it's a sec unit that's gone rogue. And it was honestly just delightful and fun and just a nice palate cleanser. I really love the Murderbot series. I can count on it to just be a really fun story, no matter what length it is. So I'm really glad that I read that. And I read that one for the sequel or next book in the series. Prompt, 4.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoy it. I really like Murderbot as a character. I love its inner monologue and thinking. But now I think I'm going to try and read A Touch of Darkness, which is book 2 in Scarlett St. Clair's Hades and Persephone series. So we'll see how much I get read tonight. I just finished A Touch of Ruin. It's like 11:30 and I need to go to bed. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, I think. And it took me a hot minute to remember what had happened in the first book. But then I remembered this was the Hades and Persephone retelling where the gods were actually gods. But you have the real world and not, so it's very paranormal. And I liked it. It was good fun. Although it was one of those books that did stress me out because I spent the entire time wondering when it was all going to go horribly, horribly wrong. And plenty of things went horribly, horribly wrong in this book. I'm going to need a bit of time to recover from that. But obviously being the second book in the series, it's kind of hard to talk about the main plot because it's so directly tied into the previous books. But I will say that I do like that we finally get to find out why Apollo was such a pain in the ass in the previous book and the start of this one. And I like how Persephone is forced to face up to the fact that there are things that even the gods can't control or that the gods can't change, and she needs to accept that, and also that acceptance of herself as well as a goddess. And I really liked it. So I know that the third book is coming out. Third book? Or is the third book out? There's a book in the series that's coming out this year. I know there is a book that is Hades' perspective of one of these stories, but I will pick up the rest of them at some point. Now I'm going to go to bed. I haven't even prepared for filming tomorrow, and I've got a wellness event tomorrow as well, so need to get some sleep. Hi everyone, happy Sunday. It is nearly 4 p.m. and I have not picked up a book to read today. Yeah, it's kind of been a full-on day. So I had an event today, which was a women's circle and also some goal setting sort of stuff. So that was 2.5 hours and it was fantastic, but also very emotionally draining, and it sort of felt like I've just been sleepwalking through the rest of the day. Not in a bad way, just in a processing sort of way. So I haven't really done very much. I did manage to film the videos for this week. I have been grocery shopping, although I was really frustrated because I went to a specific grocery store which is further away from my house because I walk everywhere. I went there specifically because they have the best wraps and I wanted to do like souvlaki wraps tonight. Got there, they didn't have any. So I walked all the way there, did all of my grocery shopping and didn't get the one thing that I really specifically went there for. I could have gotten everything else closer, but we would choose to take that as the way of the world saying that you just need to go for an extra long walk. But that said, I still have not met my exercise goals for the day. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start Full Moon Rising by Kerry Arthur now. I'm going to read for about half an hour and then I'm going to go for a walk. It's been raining all day, just that sort of really light rain. So if it hasn't let up, I'm just going to be going walking in the rain. I'm going to get started with this book and hopefully that will be the last book for this weekend reading vlog. So I will keep you posted. All right, I got 35% of the way into Full Moon Rising before I went for a walk. Oh my gosh, clearly I've not finished taking my makeup off. Anyway, I got through 35%. I went for a walk. I have had dinner and now I'm just chilling out. I put on some essential oils because I am tired and I'm going to finish this book and it's going to be the last one I read for the readathon. So it is a paranormal romance. It's definitely got paranormal elements. I don't know if there is going to be a romance in this particular book. I suspect there will be. And it is set in Melbourne, which is amazing. I didn't realize it was set in Melbourne. And it was written originally in 2011. And you can kind of tell that this is probably maybe one of the first books Kerry Arthur wrote. I'm not going to say it's badly written. I'm just going to say that it just seems like an early work for an author. And that's okay, because authors have to start somewhere. And I'm enjoying it. So the main character is half vampire, half werewolf, and tends to more werewolf traits. And she has a twin brother who is also half werewolf, half vampire, and tends more to the vampire traits. And he's gone missing, so she is trying to track him down. And they both work for a supernatural government agency. And yeah, that's about where I'm up to. And I'm intrigued, and I'm enjoying it so far. All right, everyone. So I am finished with Full Moon Rising by Kerry Arthur, which means I have completed 4 books for this weekend's Read Digital weekend reading vlog. And Full Moon Rising was for the prompt to read a book with green on the cover, because the edition that I have from the Australian Amazon store, Kindle store, is green. And I ended up giving it about a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the concept of it. I think it was a little bit info dumpy for a first book, but I mean, it is the first book in an open fantasy paranormal series. But I think it has potential, and I quite liked Riley as a character, and I liked her potential love interest, who of course disappeared at the end, because paranormal romance books, we're not getting an HEA at the end of the first book. I did enjoy it, and I would be intrigued to continue the series at some point in the future, mostly because it's set in Melbourne, and I'm always keen to find books that are set in Melbourne. So I'm trying to remember what I read this weekend. I read Second First Impressions, which was the new Sally Thorne book. I read, oh God, what did I read? Fugitive Telemetry by Martha Wells, which is the new Murderbot Diaries book. I read A Touch of Ruin by Scarlett Sinclair, so that's book 2 in the Hades and Persephone series. And Full Moon Rising, which is Riley Jensen 1 by Kerry Arthur. So all in all, a pretty good weekend of reading. So now I am going to wrap up this vlog. I am going to, I don't know, get myself sorted for the upcoming week. It's planning week. So I have my kids for 3 straight days. I have a full day of professional development, and then I have a full day of planning. It's going to be kind of full on, but we will get through it, just as we have every other day and week this term. So I hope that wherever you are staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, everyone.